Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over Destruction in Mythic Plus and how I've been playing it and show you how it's been performing for me. And the reason why we're going over Destruction is because it recently got a 5% buff, and in the next few days Demonology is going to get a nerf also. So Destruction value may be going higher in keys. So first we'll talk about the gear. You need 4-piece to do this. This entire build is around having a 4 set, so without it, sadly, you cannot really play it. You're always using Wilfred's. You can use it on the wrist. I just prefer having it on the ring, but yeah, Wilfred's is our go-to legendary. In terms of trinkets, you want flat stat trinkets. So here I have Secret Technique. I'm also using a ruby here for extra crit. Changeling would work. You could also use Titan Ocular Gland if you still have that, or the Necrotic Tomb. So, going through our talents here, we're using Eradication. This really helps with our single target and our boss damage, because that is where Destruction is kind of weak. It's better now after the buffs, but it's still kind of weak on single target. Eradication just makes it a lot more competitive. Always using Reverse Entropy, Dark Pact, and Inferno is a must take. Do not take Cataclysm or Fire and Brimstone. You're spamming Rain of Fires, it's pretty much your top damage with the key, so Inferno is a must take. I am using Mortal Coil. Rain of Chaos is also a must take, and Soul Conduit. In terms of Soulbinds, I'm using Dreamweaver. You can also use Karain if you'd like. I just prefer having Dreamweaver. It's also nice having Pod in case something kills you on a higher key, so that's always nice to have. I'm using Soul Eater, Ash Remains, and Infernal Brand. These two help with single target, so they're pretty important to have because our AoE is insane, so we really just need to build around single target and killing bosses quicker. So I'm going to show a clip of a 21, the other side, that I pugged recently, and kind of show you how crazy destruction damage can be. So I was waiting for our tank to gather everything here. And then once everything's stacked, then you want to drop your Infernal and start spamming your Rain of Fires. And you want to keep things as stacked as possible. So using your Shadow Fury, using any slows or anything to just keep everything in place, so that way you get maximum value out of your Rain of Fire. Now you can see my shard generation is like absolutely insane. I keep spamming Rain of Fire and I keep shard capping. So this is why this build is so crazy, is because Rain of Fire is uncapped AoE, and you can just have infinite shards constantly, you know, spamming Rain of Fires with just do absurd damage and sustaining 120k here, which is pretty crazy. So, moving through, we have our next pack here. And just continuing to move through. When you're using this build, it's important to kind of be near the tank, so that way your Rain of Fires are always hitting. So you want to be leading in front of your tank of where they are kiting, so that way the mobs can walk into your Rain of Fire. You don't want to have them running out of your Rain of Fire, because then you're losing a lot of damage. So here I didn't have my Infernal up right away, so I just kind of dump shards until I grab it, and then I'm dropping it. And then once that stun ends, I'm stunning again, just to keep things more in place. And as my tank is running away, I'm kiting in the same direction and dropping the Rain of Fires where the mobs are going. So that way they're staying in your Rain of Fires and you're getting maximum value out of it. So you can see, once again, just doing absurd damage, doing like 80k. You know, you could probably do way more if you're pulling more and on a higher level, potentially even fortified. So this is definitely a really, really strong build. You kind of have permanent uptime on Inferno. There's maybe like 10 or so, 10 to 30 seconds where you may not have it if you aren't consistently pulling things. But if you are constantly pulling, you're going to have Inferno up like the entire time. You can see here if my Reign of Chaos buff is 54 seconds. So even though my actual Inferno has timed out, the Reign of Chaos buff is still here and it's still, you know, still going through. So, probably wondering about how does the single target look? Well, after the buffs, the single target is pretty solid. It's pretty competitive with other classes. Before, I felt like it was okay, but it didn't feel great. But after these buffs, also using Eradication makes things a lot better. So you can see on our opener, doing like 20-ish K with no bloodlusts here. What's really slowing me down is not having enough haste, actually, because the shards are coming back faster than you can cast Chaos Bolts when you have your Infernals out. So having high haste is really good for single target because you're just constantly throwing out bolts. So going through here, end up getting a second Inferno because it's tyrannical, so the fights do last a little bit longer. And this is a 21, so the boss has a lot of health. So we're just finishing it up here. I think we end around 13k, which is pretty decent for just pure single target. You know, things will obviously be better if you are able to pull mobs on top of the boss, because that way you can use Rain of Fire instead. But also you'll be able to get your Infernals back faster because you're spamming Rain of Fires. And by doing that, then you get, you know, more shards back, lower cooldown on your Infernal, and then it just keeps the chain going, right? So that was kind of my quick walkthrough of Destruction. I've done it on a few keys now. I think the best keys to do it on are Halls of Atonement, the other side. It's pretty good in Mists. It was also pretty good in Gambit. And you could also probably do it in Sanguine also in Necrotic Wake. Because Necrotic Wake, that third boss room, having Infernal up the entire time and just chain pulling and just deleting everything is really good because that's a dangerous room for your tank. But when it comes to like Spires and Theater and Plaguefall, I'm just still playing Demo just because those are more single target keys and have really big mobs, and the bosses are kind of tough and there's a lot of bosses, right? So, but other than that, I've been having a lot of fun with Destruction. This build is very fun. So if you get your 4-piece, or when you get your 4-piece, I recommend you try it out. It is definitely really, really strong. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.